Welcome to day 80 of 66 and 26. It's Wednesday, and we're returning today to the book of Job, chapters 5 to 8. If you remember from the first chapters of Job, Job is a man who lived around the time of the patriarchs like Abraham, so one of the oldest books of the entire Bible. And we see a man who's being tested by God, that he would trust in the Lord and call upon the Lord even when he's not being fully blessed, because the devil has come into the court of the Lord and has said, oh, Job only trusts in you. Job only loves you because you have blessed him so abundantly. And the devil is given permission to take away all of Job's wealth, actually to take away Job's children and Job's own health. And we see Job then expressing his deep anguish, his pain. As we get into these next chapters of Job, then we pick up with three friends of Job who have come to call upon him and try to bring their comfort to their friend Job. And we start off picking up with the speech of Eliphaz. Then we see Job responding, and then the speech of Bildad. Now, Eliphaz and Bildad and Zophar, the three friends of Job, are sharing this kind of sentiment that God is going to bring things all about to be very good for you if you just believe in God enough. If you are righteous, then you can call upon the Lord and in prayer, and He will bless you. It's almost like the friend who comes along when you have lost a dear loved one and pats you on the back and says, it's okay, don't cry, when you need to cry because of your grief. Or it's like a friend who comes up to someone after a girlfriend or fiance has broken off their relationship and says, oh, that's okay, there are other women out there for you. Or coming to someone who has experienced a miscarriage or the death of a child and says, oh, you're still young, you can still have children again. And while it might be well-meaning, it just doesn't land well. And that's the kind of speeches that are going on with Job's friends. They're well-meaning, but it just is painful. And we actually see in Job's response here in these chapters we're reading today, he's not even responding to Eliphaz. He's calling out to God. And he's calling out to God in his pain and his anguish, even expressing to the point of wanting to die, to end his life because his misery is so great. And we can only imagine. I don't think there's anyone here, anyone I even know, who has lost so much as Job lost. And so we can only imagine the kind of suffering he went through to lose all of his children and all of his wealth, and to be suffering physically the way that Job was suffering. In all of it, we find that God is still good, God is still sovereign, and even the evil and the suffering that comes upon us is limited by God's will. And so even when we walk with Job through the anguish and the suffering over the next several chapters, we can, like Job, rest in God's assurance that He is present, He is very real, and He loves us beyond what we can know.